Goalkeeper Ellis Hare-Reid has had an intriguing start to his career. The New Zealander finds himself playing with Ayr United. He has recently won the Development Challenge Cup, but regularly features for the first team squad. Ellis is up against on-loan Celtic goalkeeper Ross Doohan, but is yet to feature for the first team. I spoke to him about the challenges of adapting to Scottish football and what his aims in the future are.
New Zealand, started my footballing career at Nomads United, AFC. Then I went to FC 2011 and then I moved to Spain. It was a big deal, but because I moved from Scotland to New Zealand when I was a young guy, when I was 8, so very young, I don't know, it kind of prepared me for moving away and not having anyone there, because when we moved to New Zealand there was no one there apart from my sister, my mum and my dad. So when I moved to Spain, it wasn't as hard as some would think, but still there was challenges I had to face. With my nan being here, my cousins and my auntie and stuff like that, for them being here, it's really good having someone around and stuff like that, but it's not the same as having your mum and dad here. It's different, but it's still good to have family and that. It was great. My second opportunity to train with one of the national teams in New Zealand, so it was a great feeling to put on the fern and have New Zealand football and have your number on the back, so hopefully I can get into the squad and make the World Cup. It's kind of humbling to realise that people actually look up to you from where you're from and what you're doing, because it's not an easy thing to do. Not many people can do it, because if everyone could, then everyone would do it. Yeah. But it's I don't know. It was challenging in the sense that obviously the weather was different. It was a lot hotter. We were training in 5 degrees, something like that, lower, and then when I went over, we were training in 26 plus degrees. So there was that, and there's also a bit of perseverance to learning different playing styles and learning how the coaches are, because every coach is different. So it was challenging in that sense, but it's a lot of psychological, because you're fighting against everyone in that team to get into that slot, especially for a national team. It's obviously even bigger. I think it's taught me a lot from being like playing in youth football to playing in senior football. Even though I've not made any appearances, training with the first team every day, getting to know all the boys, building relationships with them, it's matured me, but it's also taught me a lot with how to play and just playing styles. Well, there's some secret info that I can't disclose, so hopefully that'll come true, but in the summer hopefully I'm at the World Cup squad. If not, then I'll just try and get as best as I can for next season.
He recently featured at the Under-20 training camp, so he's now hopeful that he will be in the squad for the Under-20s World Cup this summer. He has a bright future ahead, with some new opportunities arising over the next year. Lewis McLeod, UWS News, Ayr.